information from you.
Right. Hi,
Because-
Delicate.
Oh, hi.
Delicate's here.
Oh.
Yeah. She just told me that she couldn't hear us.
She can hear us?
No, I didn't put the mics on. There's so many little things that I got to remember now.
This whole time?
You would not believe.
I've been talking to you silently?
Yes.
You guys didn't even hear me singing?
No. You guys missed Angela singing. Yeah.
That's for the best.
Yeah. Well, no, it was lovely.
Okay.
Good to see Delicate.
Good to see.
All I can,
Always.
I can't stop thinking about Taylor Swift's new record. I really can't.
Snap out of it, Dale.
It's like it's in between. You know, I have one major thought, but that thought I won't speak about because it's like the sad thought, and then I have like
What's the sad thought?
just just the stuff that happened last week, and I just feel like all that stuff. But then it's Taylor Swift's new record.
Just bouncing around in your head?
Oh, Delicate made a TikTok about Blake and Taylor, B&T.
Oh, is that the one that we got clipped in? That'd be fun. I didn't see it.
Oh, did we?
I don't know. Wasn't it Delicate that was asking for permission to clip us?
Sure, yes. Which was kind of her, even though like permission I didn't think was necessarily required.
No, I thought that was really kind, but yeah, I agree.
Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. It's absurd. I cannot believe it. It's so interesting because I guess, Delicate said yesterday that Signor was trying to spin those songs as a diss on Blake, and somebody else said so too today. Somebody came out, I have to remember who it is, or I could probably just go look it up because I think it was on TMZ that
I think
saw
that that's what they're doing. I think that that's what the publicists are trying to do to deflect from the absolute just landslide of evidence that was unsealed and made public that makes Wayfair and all the Wayfair parties look so bad.
Yeah, I can't wait to get
So
into
the
it.
more that they get people to talk about Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
the better for them.
Well, this, I don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's what this is. But it was, I don't know, some dude who came out and said that he said he was joking. So who knows? But in his so-called joking
It's a really absurd
dialogue,
thing
let me try to find it.
It's an absurd thing to make content about because what are you doing? You're giving your opinion about the titles of a song on an album that's not released yet and songs nobody's heard and lyrics they can't read. Like, what are you wasting your time for? Like, you're trying to make a conspiracy with no information and you don't think that's going to make you look bad as a thinker? Like as a person with an opinion?
So this is going to make me look bad because I can't remember, because I don't know these names, but Daniel Franzese? Mm-hmm. Franzese?
Okay.
Franzese? Well, he's a somebody, and he said that, so the album is dropping on October 3rd,
Okay.
and that's Mean Girls Day. It's considered Mean Girls Day.
Why? Because the film was released on October
Yes.
3rd? Okay, great. That's fun.
It's a thing.
Yeah, she does.
And this guy's saying there's no fucking way that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
Taylor doesn't make those kinds of mistakes.
That's fun.
So if it's Mean Girls
Is she really
Day,
supposed to know about everything, though? I've never heard of Mean Girls Day. And I know some stuff. So is that really...
Guilty Angel's like, October 3rd. This is the first I've heard of it. I don't know if this guy's just full of shit, if they're just making shit up.
Yeah,
It says here, Taylor Swift lives for Easter eggs. I suppose so.
I do too. That's relatable.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over my book.
They're the best.
Literally, like all my friends, all the friends involved, I put things in there for all of them.
I was so obnoxious while I would come back with like a new edit, like Dale would send me drafts and be like, I just need you to focus on the copy, the copy and whether the grammar is right. And I'm like, yeah, but did you see this opportunity for another Easter egg?
So
I was always trying to get you to put more of that kind of shit in.
So
I thought more people would be reading the book and be like trying to figure stuff out. I guess it's just me.
maybe. Taylor Swift lives for Easter eggs. So it's no accident her new album's dropping October 3rd, also known as Mean Girls Day. So I don't know, whatever.
Also known to who?
I mean, listen, they're saying it's true, so it's true. Stop resisting.
Cool.
Stop resisting facts.
Gotcha.
Angela. And now one of the movie stars is spilling to us what he thinks she's really up to. Now, is that one of the movie stars of Mean Girls? Is that who he is? Is he in Mean? Is he in Mean? Whatever, doesn't matter. We bumped into Daniel, his last name Franzese, whatever, in LA Thursday night, and he couldn't resist playing detective, joking Taylor's probably dropping her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, on his iconic movie's official day as a possible dig to her old pal Blake Lively.
Oh, okay. I get it. It's her 12th album.
Yes.
And she announced it on August 12th at 12:12 a.m.
Oh my God. That's just crazy. And that happened to land on a Jupiter conjunction.
It was the Jupiter-Venus exact
Come
conjunction.
on.
Like there's degrees and then there's minutes. And they were like 1 minute apart.
That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's straight up crazy.
See? She does Easter eggs. We just
12th studio album. So, wow, that's actually crazy. Daniel's quick to stress that he's joking. And you've got to see the rest of the clip because he doubles down on the fact that he's actually a nice guy. Anyway. So, it's just, they're looking for a reason to write it.
Also,
and people are giving them a reason to write it, I suppose, obviously.
They've turned Mean Girl into like this huge boogeyman, too. Because anybody's experience of a mean girl is like they're not actually that destructive. Everybody just avoids them. They get the label and then everybody knows to avoid that person. Like that's literally the most that happens with a mean girl. I don't understand why everybody thinks it's like such a horrible accusation or label or whatever. Blake Lively's a mean girl? Okay, so what? So there's a bunch of other people.
I was feeling good today for whatever reason. Just feeling good about showing up and having our life today. You know, I always look forward to it, but today, you know, was like one of those days. And then you started talking about the juicy stuff flowing. And so that got me more excited. Tanner's here.
Oh, sweet.
To top it off, he's been away. He's been like, you know, getting his life in order. He's actually, I think he's moving to Chicago or something like this.
Congratulations, Tanner.
So he's a busy dude.
New beginnings.
He's off to, he's into these like new beginnings, some big moves, and he's joining us tonight. If Cosmic Urgency shows up, by the way, for those of you who've noticed that Cosmic Urgency isn't around, well, that's because I don't know, but he is watching the replays. So if you want to talk shit, he'll probably hear it.
Who would want to talk shit?
Well, I'm just saying, you know,
Maybe about his movie taste.
What? He's got good movie taste, don't you think?
No, I was just trying to talk shit.
He's asked about our.
There's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to say.
He's asked about our letterbox, and I kind of don't. I don't really like pay attention to letterbox. Maybe I should, and I'd like to, you know, maybe read his because I bet you his is good if he has one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I would like to read everybody's. I don't tell anybody about mine because I don't do anything. I just read. I don't actually post. You would probably love to write on Letterboxd, you know, like your reviews and stuff, like your in-depth filmmaker's perspective.
I don't have fucking time.
But but there's so much criticism, you know, and like I know that you don't like to really partake in film criticism.
Not particularly. I mean, I can to some level, but it's certainly not something I really want to like do habitually. Sometimes you're just compelled to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes the
sometimes
work
they're
asks for it.
Take Gotti for example.
Strange how that's always the first example you think of.
You know what I mean? Sometimes movies just suck. They just do, even if you just don't want them to in your heart. Like Gotti, for example. Okay. Blake Lively. Some shit.
Guilty Angel said, "What's Signor up to these days?" And it's like it's so funny.
I don't care, but...
I know. Well, so here's the thing: is like if you did have an opinion, if you wanted to talk some shit, for sure he would run on that for like a week. Yeah. Because what showed up today, the evidence that was unsealed today, is so bad. I'm sure all of those guys are scrambling with what they're supposed to talk about.
They're trying to find ways to spin it into something that has to do with, you know, some kind of a diss on Blake Lively. Their brains are corrupt. They're corrupt and hungry for whatever dopamine they're chasing. I don't know if it's likes. I don't know if it's subscribers. I don't know if it's getting phone calls from people they perceive as important. But they're getting high on something, and it's not the truth. Mm-hmm. It's not the fucking truth. So whatever Mr. Signor is up to, I don't really care because I find his entire approach to this. Part of the reason why I'm excited to do this is because I want to be an entertainment podcast that does not do any kind of bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I want to be an entertainment podcast What is that? Can it stop?
Yes.
It's just like every live, dude.
I know. It's just this dog. She just her life's purpose is to make noise. Isn't it?
I want to create a space. I want to be a part of a space that is not thriving on lies, that is not thriving on bullshit, that is not also victimizing people. Like, I'm not here to victimize Justin Baldoni. I wish that fucker would go away. That's what I wish would happen. But he picked a fight with somebody that he can't beat, you know? And that person has done an exceptional job at methodically exposing him and the people that he hangs out with.
Correction. The people who have done an exceptional job at methodically exposing everything that Justin Baldoni is about is his publicists. The amount, I will tell you more about it today, but the amount of times that they write out the worst things from him, to him, with him, it's just like he can't be the person he claimed that he was anymore.
I love it. He's so screwed. He is not a feminist, 100%. He is the guy that he described as being previous to his TED Talk. The guy that he said had this hunger to change, to learn, to grow, to hear women, to listen to women. That guy? Yeah. He's reverted back to the guy before that guy. The guy that never heard no.
I think what you don't understand is that he was talking to other guys. It's different when he gets accused. It's different. She stopped being somebody to defend and believe when she accused him. When she made his workplace where he was just kind of loose-lipped and it's no big deal, you know, if I SH somebody here and SH somebody there, like, why are you making such a big deal out of it? You know, why can't you be cool? That's why she became somebody to not believe. But all the other women, he does. He feels very strongly about that. Just not her anymore. You know?
Well, yeah, maybe. I'm excited about what dropped today. I think it's beautiful. By the way, Lee is here.
Sweet.
And I saw somebody else. Who else showed up? Somebody showed up. Where'd you go? Oh, I Am Bobo is here.
Nice.
So the gang is showing up here.
This is great.
Fucking great. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We thoroughly enjoy your company.
Okay.
Good to see you, Lee.
I have organized. Here I have... I skipped some of the, I didn't like download all of them because there's very, very many. And some of them just aren't interesting to me. But I have like from exhibit 19 to exhibit 61 with a bunch missing in between. But like, that's the number of exhibits that there were so many. It was like 13 to 61 got uploaded and made public.
Oh my God, that's true. Guilty Angel just pointed out that October 3rd is also Diddy's sentencing day. Diddy's gonna be like, damn, man, stealing my thunder. He's doing it on Mean Girls Day. He's getting sentenced on Mean Girls Day. Oh my God, that's totally headline shit.
Do you want to celebrate? You want to celebrate Mean Girls Day? Should I bake a cake?
What are we gonna do?
I should bake a cake.
What's like what? Really?
A confetti cake, sparkling.
No, I can't eat it.
For girls.
It'd be a mean thing to do because I can't eat it.
Pink frosting. Okay.
All right, let's jump in. This is the juice. Let's get to the juice.
I can't just like read all of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take you on a little tour and you can tell me which ones you want to hear about, okay?
I want the ones that make them look so bad.
I know, but there's literally so many.
Oh, good. Let's start at the very first one you can find.
So exhibit 19 is Jed and the PR are discussing content creators and sharing links. And this is the text thread where Jed Wallace is like, I really love that Zach Peter.
Oh.
I love me some Zach Peter. And they're all sharing content creator links of people who are doing bad stories about Blake, like right around the movie premiere. So there is Justin Baldoni's publicists trying to tank the reputation of his star of his movie. And if that's not just the most bonkers concept you've ever heard, they're like reveling in the fact that all of this bad press is going around instead of trying to fix it in order to enrich their client who's got a movie out with this person being the lead actor.
They're sabotage. So this is like
it's a sabotage of Wayfair and Sony, and I'm so surprised. And maybe we'll see this next.
A sabotage of Wayfair and Sony. They're self-sabotaging.
They're self-sabotaging. But it's just so strange. Like Baldoni's in on it, right? Like he is sabotaging his own work. He's sabotaging Sony's release. by doing an attack on Blake Lively.
Why do people do this? Is exactly what Kevin Connolly did.
Yeah.
He literally destroyed his own fucking work to help destroy us. Why are people, what breaks in your brain?
I know. She brought so many assets to his film to enrich him and enrich Wayfair and enrich everybody that was, ownership.
That despite the fucking...
And then he goes and he tries to like handicap her reputation, potentially destroying his own film that she helped enrich. Like, it's just only one person is like reasonable here.
And despite all of that, the movie goes on to make almost $400 million in the box office.
Yeah.
Despite all of that.
I know.
That's how fucking like
he just
who knows
keeps failing up, dude.
Who knows
he
what
gets
happened?
Sued like two other times in just the 3 other times in just the 5 years that he's been in business, and he just keeps failing up. He
Who knows what would have happened if none of this happened? Like in terms of like the actual success of the movie, it did 300 and whatever it was, $40 million, whatever, $360 million. It did ridiculous numbers, despite the fact that going right into the actual premiere of it, those rumors had started because there was the Ryan Reynolds dropping him on social media. There was the, whatever, the segregation or ostracization or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, these text messages reveal that was the biggest thing that stoked Baldoni's paranoia the most.
Clearly,
Ryan Reynolds dropping him on social media is probably why we are here today.
Ryan Reynolds dropping him on social media.
He couldn't cope with the expectation that something really bad was going to happen to his career, so he went and made it happen anyway to himself.
You know what's weird about that is like if you have that situation, like the first problem that you actually have isn't what other people think.
Right.
The first problem that you have, or at least this is what I would think, because I was in Hollywood long enough to know that Ryan Reynolds is going to tell people if it comes up. Like if the conversation comes up, you can, or at least,
dude, of course
you can at
Blake
least
Lively
anticipate it.
Blake Lively told a friend. She texted a friend, and I think it was probably. I recall. I don't remember who it was actually. I would just be guessing. But there's only a few people that she was texting around that time. I know that it was redacted on some of the documents, but not on others, and I just can't remember. But anyway, she said that she went home straight from work crying. Like, you don't think Ryan Reynolds is aware of how she's being mistreated at the workplace?
We know he was.
And he's been with her long enough. They've been together long enough that they know what a normal workplace is like. So she's coming home being like, it is a fucking disaster, And I am being mistreated and I get no support.
I cannot believe it. Yeah. I really cannot believe it. Yeah.
So the first one was Jed Wallace and the publicists like Melissa Nathan sharing content creator links with each other and being very happy about the outcome. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
The next one is publicists are talking about hiring Brian Friedman, and also the statement that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively had sent to Justin Baldoni. Do you want to hear this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is Exhibit 20. So this is, let me just see whose exhibit this is, where this came from. They catalog them at the bottom. Okay, so Melissa Nathan's discovery. Let's see. Melissa Nathan said, could you send me this email just so I can say thank you for the call, because I feel like it was a little bit flippant to the... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let me just wait. Let me just scan until they get to the point.
Scanning.
Okay. Jen Abel says, like, I can't deal with this today, huh? Okay, let me see. I'm sorry. This is what it's going to be like today. Maybe if we edit this together in an episode, you can just like cut out all of my... Okay, so Jen Abel says, hey, are you available? I'm on with Jamie Heath, and we need to fill you in on something that's fairly urgent. Then she's saying, I can call in 15 minutes. Okay, give us a ring. I will. Katie Warren just called me.
To be a fucking fly on the wall in those conversations.
I know. Jen Abel said, Katie Warren just called me, LOL. And Melissa Nathan goes, OMG. Jen Abel said, like, I can't deal with this today. Melissa Nathan said, what the actual fuck? This is the craziest shit I've heard. Jen Abel said, a statement? They're talking about the statement that was drafted by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I should pull that up, right?
Well, we can get to it, sure.
Yeah.
Which statement? Can you speak about it generally?
Yeah. So when Blake Lively was getting all this bad press right? She was like, what the hell is going on? Oh, this must be because they're making assumptions about why the cast didn't join Justin Baldoni on the red carpet, that the cast was all together without him and that he was alone. So people are making inferences about that. And what we need is Justin Baldoni to make a statement. So Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively apparently drafted the statement and sent it to Justin Baldoni. And it was obviously a first draft. Like it was sent over as like, you know, he could have redrafted it, like it was an opportunity for Justin Baldoni to negotiate with them about something.
Right.
And so what they were saying in the statement was basically they wanted Justin Baldoni to accept some responsibility. They allowed him to be vague about some misconduct, some bad thing that happened on set. They were being vague was going to be fine. But they wanted him to say that he knows.
I totally remember this now because
he knows and the cast knows why they walked separately.
Yeah.
And that is an issue that they are resolving.
Yeah.
And that it's nothing to worry about. And everybody should just like call the dogs off of Blake Lively. Everything's cool.
Yep. I remember this now. This is and just him taking, you know, them taking responsibility.
Oh yeah. And
them being man enough and so using their own.
They put a bunch of that language in there because they're like, this is how this guy talks. Like maybe this will make him more amenable to the idea. Amenable? I don't know. Make him more agreeable to the idea that he might redraft it and put out the statement so that he could actually use it in his podcasts or use it for his own professional development, whatever. So this is Jen Abel and Melissa Nathan talking about it. Melissa Nathan goes, what the actual fuck? This is the craziest shit I've heard. And Jen Abel goes, a statement with question mark, exclamation point repeated. Melissa Nathan goes, I've done a lot of stuff and I don't think I've ever heard something like this before. Jen Abel goes, ever, seriously, ever, all in caps. Melissa Nathan says, I'm nearly home to write my email, but I'm so confused. Okay. And then they're sharing links. Melissa Nathan said, Brian has no conflict. I asked him, Brian Friedman. Ashley doesn't. That's another lawyer. Ashley doesn't, but she's hesitant as a firm to take on WME if it comes to that. Whereas Brian isn't. Plus, he's represented a lot of women.
See,
so
Brian would actually represent me against Leo. Like, I can't stand the guy, but I could actually probably get him.
He would do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
No.
Plus, he's represented a lot of women, so plays there in terms of recent clients, all women. That's how Melissa and Nathan thinks. Jennifer Abel said, it's so funny, I actually recommend Brian, and Steph was the one who shut that down, Stephanie Jones. Melissa Nathan said, well, I would say is whatever she shuts down, literally do the opposite. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to skip because they're talking about a flight.
By the way, these statements, all this communication was unsealed by Judge Lyman, order of Judge Lyman.
Yeah, so this is Melissa Nathan's discovery.
Yeah.
Melissa Nathan goes, okay, continuing, no matter what. And then Jen Abel said, Blake and Ryan they want Justin to put out a statement. This is unbelievable. Melissa Nathan said, call if you can. Melissa Nathan said, career killer for them and Wayfair, no, have to fight it. At what point do you fight? It's now. Lawyer up now.
Oh
Jen
my
Abel
God,
said,
there
this
it
is so crazy. Melissa Nathan said, honestly, I've never had anything like it. Can he please hire a lawyer?
Oh my God, listen to this, though. This is like the worst advice.
It's the worst advice. It's the worst advice, but it's also the advice that makes her a lot of money.
This is
because
literally
if he gets
the worst
involved in
advice.
a conflict, then that means that she is his crisis manager and that she gets to be employed for a lot longer.
The worst mistake
the
worst mistake Justin Baldoni made was that he went and got a fucking a lawyer. The worst mistake he made was getting, Melissa Nathan. Obviously, that was like the number one mistake he made. But the second biggest mistake he made was lawyering up. The worst mistake he made was not fucking negotiating on that piece of paper but none of these people
that was a gift from them.
Gift.
That was like, oh, this is a bargaining chip that I'm being invited to use.
You know what it did though? Like if you think about it, like in terms of what it actually, the effect of it, it revealed that Blake Lively had no clue of what was actually going on.
Yeah.
She did not know that they were actively, gearing up a smear campaign or involved in and engaged in a smear campaign against her. She thought it was something else entirely. So I wonder if it also didn't like embolden Justin a little bit, be like, because remember he shows up on the red carpet and he does nothing but praise her from one Reporter to the next.
You're going to be amazed at the things that he said in private conversations. In this,
so right, so there, so we
today.
know he's a fucking double-faced lying bastard, man.
Okay,
go.
Melissa Nathan said, honestly, I never had anything like it. Can you please hire a lawyer? Jen Abel said he needs to. He has one, but he needs a litigator. Melissa Nathan said, get Brian Friedman. He's waiting and will also take on WME. Can I start a signal thread with you, me and Jed, just in case you need him to contact you? I'm sorry. I'm reading badly. Can I start a signal thread with you, me and Jed, just in case you need him to connect you to Brian because they're very close? Brian Friedman
want to get offline.
Brian Friedman and Jed Wallace are very close, according to Melissa Nathan.
Brian Friedman and Jed Wallace are very close.
But he had nothing to do with the case, you see.
Hang on, Fozia asks, how do I know that Blake thought that people were making inferences, which is why she wanted JB to give a statement? And how do you know it was a first draft? I don't know that it was a first draft, but I know that it was. It
reads like a first draft.
It does, but it may or may not have been a
There's
first draft.
There's a lot of typos and stuff, so
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was.
I'm sure that they handed it to Justin Baldoni, being like something like this.
It doesn't matter if it was a first draft, okay?
Yeah.
What it was a negotiable item. It was something that he could have read and said, hey, yes to this, no to that, let's talk about this. And you go back and forth and you make a fucking deal on a joint statement that ends the dispute between them.
I will go and find that as soon as we're through.
It's an olive branch to get the conversation going. And that he didn't take it was well, here we are.
Here's the thing. They both have mutual knowledge of what happened on set. And that is very apparent in all of these messages.
Yeah.
Justin Baldoni is not confused about what happened on set. Blake Lively is not confused about what happened on set. So he knows what that statement is. He knows what that statement's about. And he knows explicitly, because all of his team are talking to him about it. They're all in a mutual understanding about why the cast wants to walk the red carpet separately from him.
Right.
So there's no mystery here. The statement was regarding the thing that everybody knows about. Yes. Blake Lively was simply saying, I would like you to make part of this story public, just a small part, just so you can explain to people that I'm not some dirtbag who's screwing you over by making you walk separately, that you understand that it was a good choice for everybody, which is what everybody assumed had happened when they negotiated with Sony about walking separately. All of this is explained, makes a ton of sense in Blake Lively's amended complaint, and it's also referred to in Justin Baldoni's his dismissed lawsuit and his timeline document.
So and Fazia also said, how do you know that Blake thought people were making these inferences? Well, it's in the note, and it's in the intention of the note that it's all inferred in the act.
It's in her narrative too,
and it's also like what people were talking about. They were talking about the fact, like the press, the public were talking about how Ryan Reynolds dropped Baldoni on social media, how other cast members also did, how they were in separate press junkets. This was the press that was bubbling up going into the premiere. And so, and it was bad for Blake Lively. It made Blake Lively, look bad. People started bagging on her for some reason. We think it's probably because of the smear campaign.
No, but everything we're saying is coming from her, the narrative in her lawsuit, where she talks about what she knew at the time and what she didn't know at the time.
Of course.
We're not making that up.
No.
I made up the part about the first draft just because it reads like one. I don't think that they meant for that to be like the thing that gets printed. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if as a first draft, you didn't make anything up. It's the same as the first draft. We were saying is it's, a work in progress.
Melissa Nathan said, definitely contact him on Signal, though. Feel free to add me, obviously, because of the crisis. I really, really, really strongly want you guys to hire today. There is no way you put out a statement. I don't know what you're answering to still. Jen Abel said, we just got them to agree not to do a letter. We're waiting to hear from Justin.
Oh, my God. This is it. This is right there is the end of his career.
Yeah.
That moment right there marks the end of his career, the moment that they convinced him to not participate in what was a peace treaty, essentially.
Yeah, so apparently she's talking to other Wayfarer parties because she says, we're waiting to hear from Justin since he's in Sweden. So she is talking with Jamie Heath, and we know that Jamie Heath does not have Justin Baldoni's best interest.
It's fucking crazy to me that there's no advice saying, hey, this might be an opportunity for him to, get this under control, because they don't care. They're after their own goddamn gold out of this thing.
Yeah, that's right. They get to be intensely employed.
The best advice
when you're in a lawsuit.
The best advice to Justin Baldoni would have been sit down, and work this out on paper just like they're asking you to do.
Stephanie Jones, I'm sure. I mean, obviously this is a guess, but Stephanie Jones would have seen that and been like, okay, obviously this is a very fraught situation. We're going to use this letter and we're going to twist it to your advantage, because that's what publicists that are good do. They're
Right,
like,
well,
how can we turn this pile of shit into something that is actually golden and looks good on you?
It would have been, I mean, had he taken the letter, had he, with whatever changes they would agree on, had he done that, he would have had dozens of podcast episodes off of it, because he would have been playing the man enough role.
Wayfair
he would have
would have been making
stood
their
up and
third
taken
movie.
responsibility for what had gone wrong on his set. There's not, like, I don't know where this guy comes from, who the fuck supports him, or who the fuck like wants to create a world for him that where if you admit to your wrongs and your mistakes, you're screwing your life up or something. Because all it would have done is make him stronger. If owning up to the fucking trouble they caused would have only made him stronger in the end.
That's right.
Especially if he was able to come to, not only a mutually, acceptable, or even, who knows what he could have negotiated. He might have been able to put out a joint statement. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to his own. There was any number of potential negotiations that they could have, as representatives of him, that they could have offered him as advice, and the only advice they gave him was to reject it and lawyer up, and that is why we're here today. That's it.
So I really love the concept of, like, I don't know if you guys have ever read the book The Art of War, but it's such a great book, and a lot of the strategy of war involves avoiding conflict, because obviously that's the way that you
Yes.
win without suffering any losses. And one of my favorite concepts is the strategy of building a golden bridge, and that's obviously metaphorical. They talk about how if you want your opponent to retreat and leave you alone and stop fighting you, you can win, right, by not engaging in the battle. Obviously that's the goal, but what you can do is you can just figure out what it is that they want and create a situation in which they also get that, but you also win too. They call it a golden bridge. He said, build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across.
That is what the letter was.
And that's exactly what I saw the letter as being.
For sure.
It was so flattering to Justin Baldoni. They drafted something that he could have used and that was so flattering to him and made him look like a really big person. And he rejected it. So they built him a golden bridge and he burned it. He immediately was
But he didn't,
not interested.
He didn't, because
We're going to fight to the death.
Look, the guy doesn't handle his shit very well. And he also doesn't seem to do well in the taking of advice either, because he didn't burn this bridge down. Now, maybe he did. Maybe he, at first glance, was like...
You haven't read the rest of these emails.
He just said... She just said...
He did.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, he's not like some like ignorant...
It's fucking wild. This is wild.
Yeah, okay.
Keep going.
Okay, so the next one I have for you, this is Exhibit 21. This is where Justin Baldoni attacks Ryan Reynolds in text messages to other people.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Yes, of course. Desperately.
We're gonna be like 4 hours tonight going.
Hey, it's a fucking long one tonight, guys. Put your seatbelts on. This is some junk.
Okay, so this is... Let's see whose exhibit this is. This is also Melissa Nathan's. Melissa Nathan said... Oh, okay. They're trying to coordinate when they can talk. I'm free later when we finish, though. Okay, Justin Baldoni said, no worries about her not being available right now. Quickly, my partner Steve Sarowitz, okay, asked about flipping the narrative from his leak. Okay, this is a little bit scrambled, but here verbatim said, my partner Steve asked about flipping the narrative from this leak this AM about Ryan saying script was a disaster and he saved the movie. Melissa Nathan, so actually it was working on in our favor. Ryan Reynolds looks the worst and continues to play into that narrative of them being awful. It's playing good for us, bad for them. Justin Baldoni said, he's continuing. He said, my partner Steve asked about flipping the narrative from a leak this AM about Ryan Reynolds saying the script was a disaster and he saved the movie to something about Ryan claiming the female hired was feminist writer, didn't know how to tackle a female film, etc., using their own words against them. This is an easy flip. Justin Baldoni is saying you could flip the narrative. So what I'm getting from this is that he's saying that there was a leak this morning that Ryan Reynolds said the script wasn't good and that he helped to improve it. Justin Baldoni is saying you could just take that and you could sort of flip the narrative by adding a little bit of spice to it. And you could tell instead the story, which is false, which Justin Baldoni just made up. Something about Ryan Reynolds claiming that the female hired to write the screenplay was a feminist writer, didn't know how to tackle a female film, etc., using their own words against them. This is an easy flip. That's Justin Baldoni's
That's
advice.
fucking diabolical.
I know.
That's diabolical. That is straight up lying. He is a fucking horrible human being, and his own words
There's more.
are proving it.
I know. Okay.
That's fucking diabolical.
I know.
Like, this is the very same shit. Oh my God. Go ahead.
So Ryan Reynolds was probably like, yeah, the script wasn't that great and I tightened it up. And he's like, oh, but you did it because she was a woman and she didn't know how to do a female.
I don't think he said that. I'll bet you the one thing that he said, and
No,
look,
of course, Ryan Reynolds did not say that. Justin Baldoni is saying
No. What I'm saying is, I don't think that Ryan Reynolds said that the script was bad.
No, I know, that's his phrasing of it.
I'll bet you that Ryan Reynolds said something more like, yeah, that scene needed some work, and so I helped it out, or whatever.
Yeah, of course, because he's a professional.
He was talking about tweaking it. He's not going to diss a writer.
No, he's been a screenwriter himself for, I don't know, like a decade already.
Yeah,
Okay,
on.
Justin Baldoni was saying that that was Steve Sarowitz's idea. Okay, so basically, Steve Sarowitz hears the news and he's like, "Oh, you know what? I know exactly how you guys should spin this to attack him and make it seem like he's not feminist." Like, what the fuck is wrong with these men?
What a fucking wow, man!
When they're not attacking women, they're using women
And, you know,
to attack other people.
So would this be after?
The date
Ryan
on
Reynolds.
this?
Ryan Reynolds.
No, dude, this is really early. This is August 15th, 2024.
Right. So it's after Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, that's
unfollowed
when
him.
they were talking about the screenplay in the news.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
It's after he unfollowed him,
Yeah,
right?
right. So he's like, well, we got to attack him now. Okay, so Melissa
So
Nathan.
he's on the prowl to try and cut this guy off
Yeah.
at the knees because he unfollowed him. What a whiny little bitch. Like, what a fucking,
I'm glad you said it.
oh my God.
Melissa Nathan replied, but Tatiana Siegel from Variety wants to do a follow-up call with us for a story similar. We have a call in to her later. Justin Baldoni said, he's just continuing to tell this story. He said, and the fact that they saved the script from what they think is a disaster after we had a greenlit script and was a WGA strike basically implies they were scabs, which we should 100% lead them to. So Justin Baldoni is suggesting that his publicist run a story about how Ryan Reynolds was a scab.
So let's
And
look
we
at
did hear that story in the press.
We did. Let's look at this like in terms
That
of.
comes from Justin Baldoni.
Let's look at this in terms of context, right? You have on the one hand the accusation that Ryan Reynolds is saying that the script wasn't great, and so he stepped in to help the script be better.
Yeah.
That
helping his film.
let me please. That insults nobody on their side. Justin Baldoni didn't write the script.
Right.
If that narrative is true, Justin Baldoni didn't even write the script. So Ryan Reynolds didn't say anything bad about Justin Baldoni if what we're talking about is that statement. But Justin Baldoni's response to that statement is to cut Ryan Reynolds down, or cut him at the throat.
To invent a negative story.
With lies.
Yes. Another thing that you made me think of is that Ryan Reynolds was improving Justin Baldoni's property when he did that. Ryan Reynolds put some labor behind Justin Baldoni's film to enrich him. Because Ryan Reynolds was like, this guy deserves to make a good film. I'm going to put some of my time into it.
Who's saying that?
Ryan Reynolds helped, if this is true, that Ryan Reynolds helped improve the script.
He was doing it for Blake Lively, right?
Yes, but
Right.
Who owns the movie? Who's going to benefit
Doesn't
from a
matter.
better
He was
movie?
doing it for Blake Lively. Doesn't matter.
That's fucking Justin
that's
Baldoni and
But that was the
Wayfair.
consequence. His
I'm
intention
just
was
saying,
to help Justin
repeatedly,
Baldoni.
this guy is such an ingrate. Like Blake Lively is attaching assets left and right, enriching his product, and so this is the thanks she gets, and then Ryan Reynolds is doing the same thing, and probably being really gracious about how maybe bad the script was, but Justin Baldoni is just going to take it as an opportunity to hurt him. Melissa Nathan said, "Oh, that bit, I'm all over it." About how it basically implies that Ryan Reynolds were scabs, which we should 100% lead them to, is what Justin Baldoni said.
Disgusting in every possible way.
Justin Baldoni said, it's a man coming in to say, he just keeps continuing, right? Justin Baldoni said, it's a man coming in to say, this female writer sucks and I need to save it. Let him drown in his own pool. Justin Baldoni continues, and doing it while there was a strike.
Wow.
Melissa Nathan said, I'm all over this strike. I'm all over the strike.
She
started out saying that she was busy, so she's just trying to reply as best as possible. Justin Baldoni continues. He said, there is no truce here. Someone should tell his team that we are ready to fight if they keep leaking this shit. I mean, Danny G, it's going to be bad for them. Legal shit, I'm ready. Melissa Nathan replies, our lawyer is prepped and ready.
This is this guy jumping off the fucking tallest building. Listen to this guy, man. Just jumping off of the fucking tallest building he can find. What a fucking moron.
Okay,
this guy is stupid. I didn't know that Justin Baldoni was stupid. But this guy is fucking stupid. This guy has the whole fucking world at his fingertips, man. He's been given I've never seen anybody in Hollywood get so much.
He's not paying the $30,000 a month for all of these services.
Fucking believable. He gets Blake Lively. He gets Taylor fucking Swift. He's given absolute fucking Hollywood royalty.
He gets Sony.
He gets Sony, 100-year-old movie studio, and this is the fucking way he thinks. Oh, I'm so glad he's done. That man does not deserve one frame.
Yeah.
Of another movie in his career.
He's trying to call that man a scab. So check this out.
What a fucking scumbag.
I'm not done reading this, but I just want to, you just made me think about this. Another part of Discovery that is missing is the waiver.
Wow.
The waiver from the unions saying that they could even continue production at all.
Right.
So Justin Baldoni and Wayfair said that their production could continue, and it wasn't until Blake Lively was like, "I'm not going to cross a picket line," that they had to stall for the strike.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. But before then, they were saying that they had a waiver. They have not produced that waiver. We don't know whether that waiver exists. It could be the entire time that Justin Baldoni and Wayfair were the scabs.
Well, then everybody's a scab, right? Because they, but there was a waiver.
I'm just saying, he's throwing around the allegation, right? Okay.
It's so stupid.
I know. Okay, listen.
My God.
So Jen Abel jumps in. She says, this is like a paragraph. She said, "Hi, sorry, just out of my meeting. Justin, the Ryan Reynolds story came out yesterday, I believe, and incurred further backlash. Media is already calling us about the scab issue. That's what Melissa is talking about for Tatiana Siegel, who is a big film writer. That's the story she's interested in. We need to be smart about how we hit back. Danny G has already communicated this, and his and her teams have been notified. I don't want to lose sight of what the actual issues are. I know with everyone texting you, Justin, and sending you negative press, it feels like it's building, but it's actually not. The overall narrative is still very pro-Justin. I like Tatiana doing a larger piece on how problematic Blake and Ryan's comments are to the unions."
I am absolutely lost for words. I do get so fucking emotionally reactive to this because this is like the same shit that they did and are doing, to my book, to my career. This is the shit they do. They sit around and they fucking talk about the destruction of the people around them and their own project. Like, how disgusting, dude, can you be? And how, ungrateful.
Yeah.
The level of ingratitude here is staggering.
I know. That's very cute.
Wild.
She just brought me her toy. We can't play right now. We're obviously
Hey, Lee's reading my book.
Sweet.
Thanks for reading my book. I'm going to give a book. I got to give books away today. So at some point we got to give books away. We got to figure out who to give them to.
We're never going to get through all this.
Though. Huh?
Do you want to hear more?
Go, let's go.
Okay, this next one, I'm not going to read it all, but there's this is basically let me see the date of this.
So that was the end of that one?
That was the end of that one. They're just single exhibits, so it's
let me just put a little summary, a little cap on that one. What I learned out of that is that Justin Baldoni had every opportunity to end this, and he didn't.
Specifically, this is Exhibit 21 you're talking about. Okay?
Thank you. Justin Baldoni had every opportunity to end this thing, and he didn't. Worse, he was the fire underneath it all. In my mind, I thought, when we talked about, in those texts, they say, I don't know who it is specifically, said they're going to try and talk Justin Baldoni out of the idea of making a statement. Yes,
that was Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel.
They didn't have to talk him out of shit. That guy's out of his fucking mind.
No, yeah, he's not gonna be.
That dude's out of his gore.
I know.
Like, I thought it was them, and I was like, oh my God.
They advised him. He was already, he was not.
No, that dude is just like completely like the fucking bus left the station, dude.
It.
Whew. Listen, I've never, it's a wild thing to hear, to be the fly on the wall in this situation. Because that's really what we get to be in this moment. Mm-hmm. I have, texts with Artie Robb that I'm sure I probably wouldn't want anyone to see.
Are you going to get hacked?
Do you know what I mean?
They're going to see them and be like, oh, well, that's not really that bad.
Where I'm like screaming and yelling or whatever. Do you know what I mean? About any of this stuff. Anyway, it's just wild because we get to be the fly on the wall in this situation, and we get to see what Justin Baldoni really is. There is nothing kind here going on. There's nothing like, and look, if he's angry, why wouldn't he settle it? Why wouldn't he get it out of the way? Why isn't he worried about his fucking
because
career?
He's so interested in fighting.
Why?
Because his Mars is conjoined his moon and also Pluto.
No, you're right.
He has a Mars-Moon-Pluto conjunction.
No.
That guy is all about, he gets dragged into power struggles that are completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
He feels overly emotional and vindictive, and he constantly feels like he's under attack.
He overreacts.
Yep.
Well, that would be a lot of Jupiter, actually, but him acting too soon. Like he acts too quickly,
he's not
too
thinking
fiery.
through any. He didn't think about the long play in any of this.
Of course not. Look at him. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Wait till we hear that his wife left him.
Oh my God.
That's coming.
See, I don't want to gossip about stuff like that, even though I have beliefs about that too. But I just feel like it's not cool because I saw her on the Man Enough podcast, and I don't feel like she deserves anybody to even speak her name. She deserves all the privacy and grace.
I only brought it up because I think that if she learns the facts the way that the facts are coming out to us, that she's going to be sitting across from somebody she didn't really know.
God, horrible. That's a nightmare.
I'm not talking about, I'm not trying to curse the guy. I'm saying, or her. I'm trying to say maybe because actually seeing her on Man Enough and seeing how actually cool this woman really is, she seems very level-headed. She just seems like a really cool, amazing woman.
She seems like she deserves respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was able to, or the fact that she was, sort of bold enough to, and unbiased enough really to sit on the Man Enough podcast and call Justin out for that fucking engagement video. I was so impressed by that because, that's not a very comfortable thing to do, to sit across from somebody that you love and tell them that the engagement video that they made was more for them and less for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it wasn't the only time they ever talked about it.
All right. Well,
okay.
I take it back then.
Exhibit 22 is just the publicists are hiding. They are having a conversation where they're all a little distressed, trying to figure out why somebody is reporting on the fact that Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer hired Melissa Nathan and the tag group. So this is probably because they want the whole two reasons. They probably are a little panicked about any announcement of them working together because they want the smear campaign to seem organic, right?
Yeah.
So if he has crisis PR working around the clock, that kind of doesn't really
jive with organic.
It makes you ask questions.
Sure.
But also because they're still lying to Stephanie Jones at this point. Stephanie Jones she's supposed to be holding the Wayfarer account. Jennifer Abel is stealing it, and Melissa Nathan is stealing it. So that might be another reason why all of these publicists from the tag agency are trying not to make it public that they're working on Wayfarer. Okay?
Okay.
Exhibit 27. Brian Friedman and the content creators. Oh, okay, cool. Brian Friedman